HIPs have been a part of the University of Wisconsin system institutions for over 10 years. So I think we have taken this opportunity through the Nash Grant to build on the legacy of HIPs in the system. There were some long-standing high-impact practices such as undergraduate research and study abroad that were foundational at many of our institutions. And more recently, as a system, we've tried to be supportive of how HIPs fit into the student success initiatives at the campus. To that end, we have considered high-impact practices an integral part and a priority in our UW system strategic plan. And again, tied to student success and the high interest that our legislature and our Board of Regents has in undergraduate research and internships. So I think we've been very strategic and supportive for a very long time. But now we have the opportunity to explore what have we learned through all of those sometimes decades of offering high impact practices. What have we learned about student learning and about the educational practices themselves? I would say that across the UW system, we've been paying attention to student participation rate in high impact practices through examination of data from the National Survey of Student Engagement. That was a piece that we found that we all had in common. And so we've been tracking that about since 2008. We've been tracking that very intentionally to look at which high impact practices students are participating in and if those rates have increased. We also believe that communication with students about high impact practices, what they are, we know that students don't go around saying, I'm in a HIP, and faculty probably don't even talk about that I'm teaching a high impact practice. But what we've tried to do is encourage advising to get the word out to students about these transformative experiences and what they can do for students, so get students to plan early. We've also been working with our offices of institutional research and our registrar's office, looking at how we can code high impact practices within the student information system. And all of our campuses use a different iteration of, but yet the same student information system. So we're working on reconciling those kind of things. We're engaging in system-wide faculty development, and I would say that 10 years ago we did a lot more faculty development with high impact practices. So we're re-engaging with the teaching and learning centers on each of our institutions' campuses to provide more faculty development about high impact practices. And again, building upon what we know about how our Wisconsin institutions offer high impact practices, how we design, how we support, the benefits that we see. We've got all of that knowledge base now. We have to use it to improve what we have and hopefully inspire others through faculty development. Taking a step back and looking at how heavy is the lift to get all students to participate in high impact practices, I really recommend that systems do that, and that was a way that a system could look overall across all our campuses to see how we're doing and to come up with some direction for future steps, so that what may be working really well on one campus, I've got 4 other campuses, that's not working so well. So how can we equitably approach our campuses? And we've really talked with our vice president about an equitable distribution or reallocation of resources to make sure that all of our students in each of those campuses get what they need as well. So that's been a significant finding of the How Heavy is the Lift report.